And I was doing a session on listening, and I had a person come up to me afterwards and say, what am I listening for? I listen all the time, but what am I listening for? And I was immediately taken back to the northern Michigan woods. She didn't know what to listen for. She was just listening, but she wasn't used to listening for. So I said, well, let me ask you a question. Normally when people hire you, what's the problem that you're solving? Right? Now at that time, because she did things with inks and colors and newspapers and such like that, she said, well, they'll say that the ink bleeds or that it's not vivid or it's any one of these other things. I said, that's what you're listening for. When you're listening and you're having a conversation with a potential buyer, that's what I want you to listen for. No different for me being in my tree stand listening for crunch, crunch, crunch. We all have a version of that in our own world. We all have a version of what I'm listening for. In my world, it's I'm not making enough money. I'm not selling enough product. Our profits are too low. That's what I listen for. It's no different than a mother that is in a room with 50 kids. You could have 50 kids in a room, and a mother will be able to pick out her child's sound out of the cacophony of those 50 children. That's what you are listening for. And as soon as I started to introduce the idea of what you're listening for, people got it. They got it because now I'm not just kind of randomly saying, just listen. Now I'm saying, I want you to listen for this. No matter what you hear, when you hear this, it's on. Whatever this is, when you hear it, it's on. You've got something actionable. So I'll take it one step further. So anybody who's read the Stephen Covey book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, one of the habits is begin with the end in mind. And what that means is know when you're done. Most people don't know when they're done, so they sell and they sell and they sell and they sell and they sell. Even though the person has told you a half hour ago what it's going to take to close them. But you weren't listening. You didn't know what to listen for because when they said it, it just went right over your head. You kept selling. Begin with the end in mind. Know what you're listening for. When you understand what you're listening for, it becomes that much easier. Then you know you have something. And we often talk about the idea that if I'm not going to make a sale, when do I want to find out? And the answer, of course, being right away. I don't want to waste time with somebody that I'm never going to make a sale to. Never miss a good opportunity to shut up. And if there's one thing that most weak salespeople do, it's that. Most people that have a problem with influencing and persuasion, I can take you back and autopsy it, and I will tell you 99% of the time, it's you talk too much. You just talk too much. If you listen, it's amazing the things that you're going to know.